Hello, my dear friends. How are you? All kind of successes we want and we need. The happiness, the productivity, the success, all can only be done if at all we are self-disciplined, if at all we are focused, if at all we are consistent enough in our work and in our effort. So, for all that reason, it is highly important to develop the three qualities: focused, consistency, and self discipline. And all three of these things are the topic of our discussion today. And let's begin with why the self discipline is that much important. So, there are three major reasons. Number one, that it brings clarity. It brings clarity. Self discipline helps you prioritize and helps you stay focused on what's truly important. So, that is the reason number one, clarity, staying focused and staying consistent and prioritize. Number two, it is the resilience and it enables you to bounce back. It enables you to bounce back from the setbacks and from the distractions. Number three, productivity and the self discipline boost your productivity and boost your efficiency as well. So, these are the three reasons why self discipline is having a key importance in all the good thing which we want in our life. Now, there are certain strategies which we need to adopt, and these strategies are meant for being focused on the one hand and being consistent on the other hand. So, there are seven such strategies, and the number one is that set clear goals. Set clear goals and rather set the SMART goals. And the SMART goals is an abbreviation comprising five letters. SMART comprises five letters. S stands for the specific. Our goal should be specific. M stand for the measurable, that our goal should be measurable. Like if at all you want to achieve 500,000 and has succeeded in achieving 150,000 till now, so that is the measurability. Our goal should be specific. Our goal should be measurable. Our goal should be attainable and achievable so that it is realistic enough. Sometime, rather quite often, we set certain goals which are which should we should have achieved in the 1 year time, but we fail to succeed even in the 7 years time. So for that reason, I think our goal should be attainable, achievable as well. Now the fourth letter in the SMART is R. R stands for the our goal should be relevant. Relevant to what? It should align with our values, with our life principles, and it should be beneficial for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for the general public. So that is being relevant. And the last letter in the SMART is the T, and the T stands for the time bound. Our goal should be the time bound. Like I want to achieve something by the end of this month, so by the end of this year, or whatever the time period, although sometime the deadline has to be extended as well, but despite all that, the deadline is needed first time, a deadline to set is needed in the second time as well, so my sometimes even the third time. So my dear friends and fellows, we need to set the clear goals, we need to set the attainable goals, actually we need to set the SMART goals. And now the second strategy for the purpose of staying focused and for the purpose of staying consistent. So the second strategy is that create a schedule. Creating a schedule, and it means plan out your day, plan out your week, and plan out your month as well. and stick to your schedule. So that is called creating a schedule. So that is the second strategy. Now the strategy number 3 is that prioritize task. Prioritizing your task. All the tasks we do have to do are not of equal importance at all. So for that reason, we need to prioritize that this is the number one thing and this is the number two thing. Another beautiful way is that there should be the four categories of the things we want to do. Number one, the items on our list which are important and urgent at the same time. Secondly, the items on our list which are important but not urgent. Now the third item, the item C category item on our list is the items which are not important but urgent, and the D category of the items which are neither important nor urgent. So that is we need to prioritize actually, and it is prioritizing the task. Focus on the high priority task first. Focusing on the high priority task first and break them down into the manageable chunks. Breaking them down into the manageable chunk. Every goal should be broken into the manageable chunk. Look at the shop of a butcher shop. If at all they have slaughtered the goat and now they are going to make the major parts of it, they hang the major parts every time the customer come, and they bring down one of that major part of that particular goat and then cut the meat from this and hand it over to the customer. So in the same manner, I think that we need to cut it into the pieces. And why I talked about the goat example, because the way they cut the goat into the major parts, that is very important. Means similar task, similar item should be kept in the one side, another similar item should be kept on the other side. The fourth strategy is to eliminate distractions. Eliminate distractions and minimizing the interruption, because the phone bell will be ringing. And eliminate, turn off the notifications on the of the social media apps, and create a conducive work environment. Creating a conducive work environment, that is about eliminating the distraction. The fifth item, that is as a strategy for the staying focused and staying consistent, it is the use time blocking. And the time blocking, allocate specific time slot for task. Allocate specific time slots for the task. Eliminating multitasking is bad because our brain is not wired for that at all. So eliminate the multitasking so that we are better able to focus upon one item at a time. Now the sixth item, as a strategy for the focus and the consistency, it is the take breaks. Regular breaks help maintain productivity. Regular breaks help maintain productivity and help reduce the chances of burnout, mean the chances of exhaustion. Mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted, that is called the burnout. To be able to avoid the burnout, we need to take the regular breaks. And now the seventh item, as a strategy for the focus and the consistency, it is the practice mindfulness. It is stay present and stay focused as well, and aware of your thoughts and your emotions. That is practice mindfulness. All of us have a past. All of us have a past. Usually the past is full of regrets, but we don't have to regret at all. We don't have to dwell on the past at all. Learn whatever we can learn out of all that. Then let it go away. Now, all of us have a future as well. Usually, the future is about worries. We keep worrying, but don't worry about the future. Plan a little bit, let it go, focus and concentrate upon the present moment so that we could manage our stress on the one hand, we keep become more focused and consistent on the other hand. Now, these were the seven strategies of focused and being consistent. Now, there are certain techniques for the purpose of developing self discipline in us, and these are five techniques. Each one of these is very beneficial. First of all, it is, my dear friends and fellows, that work in focus 25 minutes. Work in focused 25-minute increments, followed by a 5 minute break, and preferably the break should be a bit away from your work seat. And that is now the second technique, that is the 2 minute rule. And the 2 minute rule says, if a task can be done in less than 2 minutes, if a task can be done in the less than 2 minutes, then it should be done immediately. Not to say that I will do it later, not to postpone it, rather doing it immediately. If at all it can be done within a time span of 2 minutes. Now the third is that the 5 second rule. 5 second rule. What is this rule, by the way? It says, when feeling hesitant, when feeling hesitant, count down from 5 and take immediate action. When feeling hesitant, count down from 5 and take immediate action, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Do it. Now that is the 5 second rule. Now the fourth item about the self discipline technique, that is called visualization. And visualization, it is imagine yourself achieving your goals and overcoming the challenges. Imagine yourself achieving your goals and overcoming the challenges, and that is like playing a video in your mind again and again, because it will make you a much stronger person. It will make you a much more confident person. Now, the fifth and the last technique about the self discipline is, that is positive self talk. Positive self talk. Encourage yourself with the affirmations and the positive affirmation. Now, each one of us is talking to ourselves, and many of the times, many of the people are seen talking to themselves in a negative way. So, a negative self talk discourages them, it demotivates them, and it makes them feel inferior as well. So that is quite toxic. That is the self defeating strategy. So the right thing is that always do the positive self talk, always talk positively with yourself. And my dear friends and fellows, that is highly important. Always say things to yourself which will encourage you, which will strengthen you. Now, the next segment is that maintaining self discipline in the chaotic situation, in the confusing situation, in the difficult situation, in a cluttered situation. That is maintaining self discipline. Now, how can it be done? So, dear friends, there are five ways to do that. Number one, it is stay calm. Stay calm, manage stress, and manage your emotions as well to maintain clarity. That is very important. Stay calm. If at all it is a chaotic situation, stay calm, manage stress and emotions to maintain clarity. The second thing is re-evaluate priorities. Re-evaluating your priorities, and it is adjust your focus as needed to address changing circumstances. Re-evaluate your priorities, that is adjust your focus as needed to address changing circumstances. Now the third technique, it is about communicate effectively, and how clearly convey your needs and your expectations to others as well. Clearly communicate your needs and your expectations as well to other people. That is the third technique for staying disciplined in the chaotic situation. Now the fourth point is fourth tip is that adopt and adjust, be flexible and willing to pivot. Be flexible and willing to pivot when necessary. Pivot means adjusting yourself according to the situation. So that is actually adopt and adjust, be flexible and willing to pivot when necessary. Now, the fifth and the last technique about staying self disciplined in the chaotic situation, that is practice self care. Practice self care and maintain your emotional and your mental well-being, because that is of prime importance. If at all we are taking care of our well-being, mental, emotional and physical, it means that we are far better, far more productive. Now the last item is overcoming obstacles to self-discipline. It is about overcoming obstacles to self-discipline. And number one, it is the procrastination and break tasks into the smaller steps. Breaking up the tasks into the smaller steps and use the Pomodoro technique. We are talking about overcoming obstacles to the self discipline. The number one is procrastination and break tasks into the smaller steps and use the Pomodoro technique. Because look at the technically break the task and use the term Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique is 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break. Now, the second item about overcoming obstacles to self discipline, it is the distraction. It is about the distraction and or eliminate or limit non-essential activities and use website blockers, or switch off, turn off the notification. And it is the distraction, eliminate or limit non-essential activities. Now the third item is that self doubt and reframe negative thoughts and focus on past successes. Reframing of the negative thoughts and focusing on the successes in the past, no matter how small a success is in our past. Do not ignore it, do not underestimate the importance of it. Rather, it is repeat it again and again, so that we become more confident as well. Now, the fourth challenge, that is called lack of motivation. The fourth challenge to our self discipline is that is the lack of motivation. Now, what to do? Celebrate small wins. Celebrating small wins, or remind yourself of your goals. Celebrating the small wins on the one hand, and keep celebrating, my dear friends and fellows, focused on the past successes. That is, celebrate small wins and remind yourself of your goals as well. Now that is, these are the four items that we what to do, and by for the purpose of overcoming the obstacles to the self discipline. Dear friends, we spoke about in a comprehensive manner. First of all, we spoke about why self discipline is the key, and there are three reasons. Then we talked about the strategies for the staying focused and staying consistent. That is the 7 point agenda. Then we spoke about the self discipline techniques, and after that we talked about maintaining self discipline in the chaotic situation. After all that, at the end of our talk, we spoke about overcoming obstacles to the self-discipline, my dear friends and fellows. By incorporating these strategies, by incorporating these techniques and mindset shifts into your daily life, you will develop the self-discipline needed to stay focused and needed to stay consistent even in the chaotic situation. That was a highly beneficial talk. So this is all from me today. Thank you very much.